Central Europe faces a new reality. Floods are more frequent and severe than ever. Scientific data confirms our weather patterns are changing. Warmer air holds more moisture, so when it rains, it pours. Rivers can't cope, turning valleys into flood zones. The rhythm of the seasons feels disrupted. Autumn now brings anxiety and flood warnings. Familiar landscapes are being redefined by water. The Atlantic Ocean is the main source of Central Europe's intense rainfall. Moisture-laden weather systems form over its warm waters and are carried by the jet stream. When southwest winds blow, they act like a conveyor belt, delivering water vapor straight to the continent. As this air hits hills or colder air, it rises, cools, and releases rain, sometimes in torrents. The warmer the Atlantic, the more moisture is picked up. Stronger winds and steep terrain intensify the downpours. Recently, these southwesterly flows have become more frequent and powerful. Central Europe lies directly in their path, making it especially vulnerable. The winds travel across France, then hit the highlands and Alps, forcing out even more rain. This setup creates the perfect conditions for flooding. The result: relentless rain events that test the limits of our rivers and communities. But there's another pattern that makes these events even worse. Meteorologists call it the rainy dipole, a pattern of extremes. A blocking high-pressure system sits over northeastern Europe, while a low-pressure system lingers to the southwest. This setup creates a powerful channel of moist air from the Atlantic, funneling it straight into Central Europe. The winds between these systems align, acting like a fire hose aimed at the heart of the continent. The result: days of non-stop heavy rain. The danger lies in the persistence. These patterns can last a week or more, locking the region in a cycle of saturation and flooding. Rivers swell, the ground can't absorb more water, and towns are inundated. This dipole is becoming more common, turning wet spells into catastrophic floods. Let's see how this plays out in the most vulnerable regions. Germany and the Balkans are especially at risk. Germany's rivers, like the Rhine and Danube, are often in the path of these moisture-laden winds. Highlands force the air to rise and dump rain, triggering flash floods and swelling major rivers. In the Balkans, the Dinaric Alps create dramatic rainfall and rapid, destructive flooding. Steep valleys and complex river networks channel water with force, leading to sudden disasters. Both regions are perfectly positioned and shaped to squeeze maximum moisture from the air. In Germany, floods often start in small streams and move downstream, threatening cities and industry. In the Balkans, flash floods and landslides can strike with little warning. Infrastructure is often unprepared, making the consequences even more severe. These regions show how shifting weather patterns put millions at recurring risk. As of late November 2025, the forecast is alarming. A persistent rainy dipole is setting up over Europe. High pressure in the east and low pressure in the west will keep mild, moist southwest winds flowing for weeks. Many areas, especially Germany and the Alps, could see rain on more than 20 days this month. The ground is already saturated. There's no time to dry out. Each new downpour adds to the flood risk, pushing rivers like the Danube and Rhine into the danger zone. This isn't just a wet autumn, it's a major flood threat. The combination of saturated soil, high river levels, and relentless rain is a recipe for disaster. Communities must be prepared and stay informed. Heed warnings from meteorologists and local authorities. The coming weeks demand vigilance and action. Preparation now can save lives and property. So, what can you do to get ready? Preparation is essential. Don't wait for the flood to arrive. First, know your risk. Check if you live in a flood zone and sign up for alerts. Prepare a flood kit with essentials: torch, radio, first aid, medications, documents, food, water, and a phone power bank. Keep your kit accessible. Move valuables and electronics to higher floors if you have time. Check your flood protection equipment and know how to use it. Learn how to turn off gas, electricity, and water safely. Make a family flood plan. Agree on a meeting point, share emergency contacts, and ensure everyone knows what to do. Write down key numbers and keep them in your kit. A clear plan reduces panic and confusion. Preparation can make all the difference when the water rises. The next step: staying safe during the flood itself. Here's what to do when the waters come. When floodwaters rise, your safety comes first. Follow emergency services advice. If told to evacuate, leave immediately. Don't wait or hope conditions will improve. Floods can cut off escape routes fast. Use designated evacuation routes and avoid shortcuts. Stay away from floodwater. It's dangerous and often contaminated. Just 15 centimeters of fast-moving water can knock you down. Don't walk, swim, or drive through it. If trapped at home, move to the highest level with your flood kit and phone. Signal for help if needed, but avoid attics unless absolutely necessary. Never drive through flooded roads. 30 centimeters of water can float a car. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Once safe, wait for rescuers and conserve phone battery. The power of moving water is often underestimated with tragic results. Surviving the flood is only the first challenge. Recovery comes next. Returning home after a flood is tough. Safety is your top priority. Don't return until authorities say it's safe. Check for structural damage before entering. Wait for professional inspection if unsure. Don't use electricity or gas until checked by experts. Wear protective clothing. Floodwater is contaminated. Clean and disinfect all surfaces. Some items may need to be discarded. Take photos of damage for insurance before cleanup. Emotional recovery is just as important. Talk to family and neighbours and seek help if needed. Community recovery centres can offer support and advice. Recovery takes time. Be patient with yourself and others. Flood safety requires more than individual action. It's a community effort. Local authorities must invest in strong flood defences and avoid building in high-risk areas. Better warning systems and clear communication channels are vital. Volunteer groups can help spread warnings and assist vulnerable neighbours. Working with nature, restoring wetlands, planting trees, and creating green spaces can reduce flood risk. Natural solutions act like sponges, absorbing and slowing water. National governments must address climate change, while local communities build resilience. Everyone has a role to play. Preparation, cooperation, and innovation are key. By combining engineering and nature, we can adapt to a wetter future. The rains will come, but together we can face them safely. Let's build communities ready for whatever the weather brings.